Ladies and gentlemen, madame, monsieur, hello and welcome on the channel of LVA2. My name is Oliver and today I'm going to present you another video after a long absence. I am very sorry for it, and this is another replay cast from the Clash of the Clans 3-on-3 tournament. This time playing our WTF2 on Pact side and LVA2 on NATO side. LVA is a very big clan, a French clan, which has I think 3 teams in this tournament. WTF is one of the best clans we all know, and this is their more or less reserve team, which consists of Spectre, Karen, Steve 1978. I only know Spectre and I can tell you this, he's a very good player. It's economy game mode again on Hamburger Hill. Starting points were 4,500 points to reach 5,500 or 60 minutes. And now let's take a look at the deployment here at NATO side, at LVA side. We see a lot of infantry and some occasional lower tier armor, chaparrals, more patterns, weasels, which I wouldn't take on a map like this because of their very low fuel, gazelles, even some anti-air helicopter by Le Duc, which is quite uncommon. Yeah, apart from that, more anti-air helicopters by DM for some reason, and it seems like NATO is pushing on the right side. Now let's take a look at Pact's deployment. They have 2 Smirchers, which is quite common for WTF, and 2 more Danas back there. A lot of infantry and T-55s and sailors, so a lot of cheap spammy units, Sturms, sailors, Afghanskis, more sailors and Scots and Afghanskis. Some airdrop, possibly for the mid, Shilkas, and BMP 1s. I'm very sorry, I have a horrible cold, as you might hear, which is one of the reasons why I didn't make a video for such a long time. And now let's start the action. If you're searching for the bracket of this tournament, it's in the description below. You can see all the teams there, but I would not recommend watching before you watch the video, because this might spoil it for you, because of course in the bracket you can see who won this match. Some humorous pings on the map here by DM, and as often on Hamburger Hill you see that teams mainly push to the mid, to the high point sector of Echo and Juliet, and don't give a lot about the high pound sector at the left and the right side. There is a 4-point sector on either side and a 3-point resupply sector on either side, so that means that those 2 sides are extremely important on Hamburger Hill, because you can easily outflank your enemy if you hold those. Now, first engagements are about to come in the mid. Pact managed to take Julia and November. Gazelles at the beginning of the deployment. That's a very uncommon thing to buy helicopters from the beginning on. But yeah, there is something risky back there, so they won't live long, I guess. The point of those anti-air helicopters, I don't really know why they bought those. Unless you're from out in the woods. Usual infantry heavy style gameplay on Hamburger Hill, as you would expect it. Hamburger Hill is just a typical infantry map, and the Smirch map of course, but which map isn't the Smirch map? Balance-wise is quite balanced in my opinion, and those moves like you're just totally ripping apart those few chasseurs by the chasseurs. Another unit I really hate there, like the Heimatschützen of the French forces, and they're just horrible value for money in my opinion at least. Some people tend to like them, I don't quite get why. I'm very cheap spam over here, silos of Ganskis, T-55 AMs, so nothing which has a lot of value, which is a good tactic on Hamburger Hill. VABs incoming on those Spados, and they won't live long. Their pact is just too good in defending their CVs. On the hilltop we have Echo taken by NATO and Juliet taken by Pact, but you have to mention that Echo isn't even remotely as well defended as Juliet, and Pact is just breaking through with some Scots and some infantry. And the only thing defending the CV is a lonely Weasel MK20. Golf has been taken by Pact. I think that's putting it on a slight advantage points-wise. NATO has taken Bravo. Not a lot happening on the left side, just the usual infantry combat on the right side. A lot of uncommon units again, paratroopers over there, 68 free patents, the armed Gazelle, and the WTF typical submerging coming on the command, which might be surviving because that submerge barrage was slightly deplaced, and switching over to Pact side of view. I would defend my submerge a bit more there, because some simple flanking infantry from Papa side could simply destroy them, but they have to weaken, as you would expect from many good players. Again, sorry for my cold. VHBS against Motorstvalky, come on. Schalke is now whipping apart. Chasseurs, again, I can understand why anyone would take, oh flame as I love them, why anyone would take Chasseurs over Chasseur Mars, because, well, they just horrible. Sailor is now incoming on the Weasel K20, which is heavily damaged, and should be down on first hit by anything. So the command will then be alone in the forest with no defense at all. Very risky play by NATO over there. NATO did manage to take Lima and Kilo. Pac didn't pay attention to the left side at all. So NATO may be able to take a foot on here in Mike, Oscar, Papa. Pact also didn't manage to take that forest, despite only 40 facilities and paratroopers defending it. So Pact is now more concentrating on the hilltop, which might be a good idea. The command's now retreating out of Echo, which is about due time. More Hawks incoming. Dragon 2s. I mean, who takes Dragon 2s? Anyone who takes Dragon 2s should be... I mean, they surprisingly hit something on red 3, but I still don't get their point. I still don't get the point of those Dragon 2s. As Valacronians being undercut by the Hawk. Hawk's very good fire support for very low money, and the command is back in Echo. Those imbeciles. Pact has built up a very good defensive position around Foxtrot, and taking a look at set view, you can see that the fronts are pretty balanced, with Pact having a slight advantage here in the middle, with a lot of more cheap spammy units, while NATO seems to have the better position on the flanks, which often is a very important factor on Hamburger Hill. But on the other hand, NATO is now forced out of the high value sectors on the hilltop, and that's another thing you should never let happen on Hamburger Hill. Points wise, NATO is has 400 points, Pact has 400 points, so it's pretty balanced. Never forget, this is an economy game, so those sectors like Echo, Echo and Juliet and Mike and Foxtrot, so the 4-point sectors do actually matter a lot more, and taking Mike could be a very big advantage for NATO. If I were Pact, I wouldn't have let Mike unguarded, but yeah, that's their decision. NATO now taking a slight lead in the points, but again, that's the economy, that doesn't mean anything at the moment. it's still 50 minutes to go, and as always I'll post this video after 20 minutes just because of my cold and I can't talk that long. So, yeah. Basilius being ripped apart by the Afghanskis. Afghanskis are very good unit against air and infantry. Their rate of fire is insane. T-55s and the gun version, yeah, they don't have an IGGM, so this is only the gunny version of the T-55. I see them a lot the last time. For some reason I personally don't like them. My personal favourite tank is the T-62M1, which is a superb sniping tank with its 10-12 IGGM and 2,800 meter range. So the fronts are pretty static right now. NATO is now trying to take this force with some infantry, which is actually succeeding because there isn't a lot of pack forces in there. Apart from that, we don't see a lot of action at this moment, except for that little attempt of small camping with the BP set to use. But I guess the facility is just gonna kill them. Anything else to be surprised? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And Pact has now taken Foxtrot, which is putting them on a heck of an advantage. The points-wise, Pact now has 2, 5. Okay, I'm sure this math's 9, 12, 14, 16, 20 points, as opposed to 2, 4, 7, 10, 12. Does this have a point? It should have. I don't see it. That's weird. But never mind. Am I just too blind to find the number? Oh, there is the number. Oh my goodness, that was stupid. Yeah. Okay, now I lost track. Never mind. The 4-point sector have a lot of value, and Pact is securing them all except for Mike, which is now being secured by a NATO command, which is very important indeed for them. Pact is now also on a point advantage. It's 700 to 500 for Pact at the moment. Of course, it doesn't mean anything. I mean, it's 5,200 to reach at the moment. I'm sorry, I sometimes have to pause the video for taking care of my cold. Pact is now pushing into Echo, and this can end very badly for NATO, because those few mortars and the guys, oh, and Patton's defending the command won't do a lot against this unit. Pact is just really taking the advantage on the hilltop now, and NATO is now reinforcing, and this merge barrage is incoming, so they got their command out of there soon enough. This is a very important thing to consider when playing against WTF. They love their MLRS, and Pact has now managed to take the forest in Lima, which is also a very important thing, because if they take the forest in Lima, they can block this street and this street, which is very important, and they can probably, with a bit of luck, also get eyes on the command if the positions are weakened over there, which is then usually followed by a Smirch barrage. So some Orchestral-Key, spam infantry, pushing him out of there. Spetsnaz in the open. I would get them into a forest if I were them. So Pact is now also sending some units to the right flank after they noticed that NATO is putting a lot of units there and has taken Mike. Mike is a 4-point sector, as well as Juliet and Echo. This is a thing people always tend to forget on Hamburger Hill. The flags. Fucking flags. And now there is a Spectre has disconnected. Yeah, that's due to his internet problems. I've heard about that. Very sorry for that. However, they did decide to not rehost. Now an infantry spamming coming on Echo, but there is some defenses there. There is AMXs there, mortars, guys. So this should not be successful. At least if everything works like it should. Yep. Yeah. Of course this hasn't been successful. This was only 4 shots. This is not enough for spam on those dragons. I can't even see the name without my eyes hurting. They just so bad units. Legion. DM seems to have some problem with the word FAMAS, because he seems to hate all the FAMAS versions for some reason. There they are way superior. Way superior. I can't see a single reason why I would take a Legion over a Legion FAMAS. I really can't. Not even a price is justifying it. Same for the chasseurs. Well, it's DM. He loves pink. He loves chasseurs. He hates FAMAS. Well, the FAMAS is a horrible weapon in the battlefield, though. Yeah, so Pack did manage to take a bridgehead in Lima, which is something NATO has to consider getting rid of. And this peekaboo game with this command is amazing. They're apparently taking it, retaking it, and so on. Very strong position of Pact on the left flank. They really have a very strong front built up over here to defend Gulf and Foxford. Some little peekaboo game plus the BRDM-1s, Weasel MK-20s, a bit of infantry, but the NATO presence on the left side isn't really too heavy. On the other hand, on the right side, NATO has a better position, at least at the moment, but Pack is heavily reinforcing on the right side to try and stop off NATO taking Oscar, which is a 3-point zone. So there's a lot of Vaganskis, VPZU, Shilkas, Concourse, Spadacronians, and a lot of infantry incoming on the right side, which is probably going to flank into this forest and take out some infantry, or just flank into Mike and take out the command. Let's see what they're gonna do with that. And Lima is slowly falling together and giving space for Pact. Now on the other hand, NATO now has a lot better position in Echo than they used to have, and Pack defenses in Juliet and on the hilltop in general have been severely weakened there. There is 4 Danas, 2 Spurs. This is just insane. That's typical with WTF tactics over there. Suicide Skulls now probably going for scouting missions in order to get some MLRS smirched off to the command unit back there. Points wise, it's 800 to 600 for NATO or LVA at the moment. But again, yeah, now it's down to 700, now back to 800. Yeah, you see, it's just not a lot of a deal in the beginning of an economy game. 100 points more or less just isn't a whole lot. This can just change within seconds, and it just changed within seconds. Yeah, now Pack is in the lead by like 20 points. You see, it's very balanced point-wise. Those Suicide Scots are now being shut down by the Green Jackets, and the W150 90mm scouting vehicle, which I haven't seen being used in an age. It has a 90mm main cannon. Quite interesting, because it only has good optics, which is something I wouldn't do in a weaker vehicle. But people go for very good optics and more. The command's now retreating out of Lima because the artillery is already incoming. Who had gassed? I will let you know from us. What a surprise! But the Sparta-Crony Archer are now down. They're still not able to move the command back into Lima because of the ongoing artillery salvos. But they should now move it back in there, because otherwise they'll have a bad time sitting in that forest under the shelling of the Dana. We're standing in the middle at the moment. Nothing happening on the right side, left side. On the right side, Pact has broken through that forest as I predicted, and is now moving towards the command. Oh, the command has repositioned into the forest at the left side. So Pact is launching its final attack for that part of the video with some Scott 2s. Good decision, because for command handling you will need some armed transport, and the Scott 1 isn't armed, as we know Scott 2 is there for an extra cost of 5 points, which is slightly overpriced in some occasions, but if you use them for command hunting, I would always suggest using the Scott 2 version, and the command is further retreating into the, or out of the forest. Fusiliers incoming. This might even work with a bit of luck, but they're now driving into the wrong direction, right into the Fusiliers, which is their death. Vulcans are also emptying their magazine on the Scots. Oh, but this can still get very, very ugly for NATO. Now this is an armed command vehicle, armored. Oh no, it has no rear armor. That's a bad decision. I'd always take the one with rear armor, the German one. There's an American actual word for it, but yeah, let's just call it the German one. Oh, MLOS incoming. And no, and correction salvo. They're not hitting anything except for landscape. Now this will get interesting. Because Cobra's incoming, Gazelle Cannon's incoming. Now this attack has been... Oh, Afghansky's incoming. Oh, you know what? I'm doing a cliffhanger right now. So let's see how this turns out. Will this command survive with the Afghanskys incoming from the other side? And is Pact going to take Mike? And most importantly, who's going to win this economy game on Hamburger Hill? As I said, bracket is in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And excuse my cold. Please tell me in the comments below what you think about the video, and please feel free to rate. And of course, subscribe. See you in the next one. Rien au plus.